You're welcome back to my channel, to my returning subscribers and to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for coming. Please do not forget to subscribe, right? And turn on your notification bell so you will not miss any of these recipes. Today we are making fried rice with prawns. If you're a seafood lover, you really need this. If you're not a seafood lover, maybe you can skip the prawns, right? And prepare with something else like sausages or any other protein. So let's see how to prepare this. All right, I have the chicken here to make the chicken stock to use and prepare this. So it's already washed, so I'm putting that in a pot, and then I'm adding this seasoning that is curry, salt, and curry powder, salt, and Cameroon pepper. 1 tablespoon of each, and then I'm adding 2 seasoning cubes, and then I'm adding ginger paste and onion paste, and then I'm adding just a little water. You don't need much water for this, right? Just for it to use to cook. All right, so I'm mixing that properly, and then I'll cover it to cook for some minutes. And then while that is cooking, I'm coming to see that plate that has already peeled turmeric. I have spring onion that is cut there with some onion, and I have this yellow habanero pepper, and then I'm going to add this half teaspoon of rosemary, and then I have this chicken broth, right? And I have butter. I have these vegetables that I'll fry to add to the rice when it's cooked. So just watch so that you'll understand all these that I'm explaining. Please don't be confused. On our right, you see the seasoning cubes. You see this onga chicken. Yes, I'm using all that, but in small proportions, okay? So that's why you need to watch to the end. And then I'm going to be adding, see these shelled prawns. I need to deshell that. I need to season, so watch till the end. And so in the blender, I'm adding the turmeric, the yellow pepper, the spring onion, and the rosemary, dried rosemary leaves. And then I'm adding a little water to blend that. And then I'm going to squeeze it out so that I'll use for cooking. All right, let me know where you're watching me from, and so I can give you a shout out. And let me also know if you have any question at all. I'll be glad to respond to them. So I finished blending all those spices, and then I filtered it because I don't want any turmeric chunk in there. I don't want to chew. I don't like it when I chew it. Okay, so in a pot, I'm putting some water, and then I'm adding the chicken broth, and then I'm going to come in with some margarine. That's like 2 heaped tablespoon of margarine, and then I'm adding a little of that onga chicken you saw earlier, and then I'm adding the spice mix, our fresh spice mix we just made, and then I tested to see that I need a little bit of salt and seasoning cubes, and so I did that. So I covered it to cook for about 10 minutes, and then it is boiled, and then I'm adding washed rice. This rice, I washed it with hot water and salt. Let me know if you like to see how I did that. But it's quite easy, right? Just boil water and then add some salt in the water and then put your rice. I used 3 liters of rice to make this meal, and then I covered it to cook. While that is being cooked, while it's cooking, I came to deshell the prawns. I had to particularly take time to show how this is done. It's so easy. You can do this in a matter of minutes. Now, if you're making your fried rice and you will not have time so much time the next day you're making, you can actually deshell these prawns and then put it in your refrigerator, right? You can cut the vegetables like you saw earlier, wrap them in a Ziploc or a nylon, put it in your refrigerator. So when your cooking can be made so easy in a matter of minutes. Fried rice is not difficult to prepare, right? It is not a difficult meal to prepare at all. If you have all your ingredients prepped down, very soon I'm going to show us a video of the things you must always prep and keep so it can reduce your cooking time. Right, with me, no more stress in the kitchen. Any question at all, I'll be glad to respond. Just come under any of my videos, leave a comment. I will respond, I promise you. All right, so, I cut off the head at first, and then I went ahead to the shell, and then I'm leaving the tail, so you can still have that beauty. Some people actually eat to the tail, but people like me will eat to the tail, and then I trash it. All right, so watch that. I'll go ahead and deshell everything there. That's not all, right? So keep watching. I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Matthew Young that has been watching and commenting on my videos. Thank you so much, sir. I'm glad you love the recipes. You see, this channel is not just for women, because all the men, the bachelors, the married men who have a passion, who wants to know how to cook, just get in here and you'll know everything to be a pro, to change your cooking game from 0 to 100, right? All right, so I finished peeling that. I'm washing it in salted water. Yes, I'm washing that in salted water. And then once I'm done, you can use ginger paste. I always prefer to use, you can use ginger powder rather. I always prefer to use ginger paste. So I'm squeezing out the chaff, and then I'm using just the liquid. If you watch closely, you realize that I did not do any deep seasoning. Just a little bit. That is fish seasoning. Just a little bit. I'm not being generous with my seasoning so it doesn't overpower the prawns. And then I'm adding just a little curry here. I'm then adding just a little bit of salt. Did you see that? Just a little bit of salt. You can add pepper here if you want. And then I went in with my hands to mix it thoroughly to ensure that the prawn actually absorbed all the spices, right? So I don't want my prawns to be tasteless. I don't like tasteless protein, right? Okay, so I am doing all that, and then I'll set it aside. You don't even need to keep it for long. I just left it for a long time. I just left this for a few minutes, like 3 to 5 minutes, and then I heated up. I went to check, and the rice is ready. You can see that rice is coming out singly because I added butter and I did not put in too much water. That's what you get, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and toast our prawns. So I use butter here. You can use oil if you're checking your cholesterol level. And then I'm putting all the prawns, and then I'm going to toast this for about 3 minutes. And then at some point I'm going to I'm flipping the sides right away, right? To ensure that it cooks on both sides. I flip the sides for about 4 times. Let me know if you have any question at all, like I said earlier. So I will respond to them. I am here to help. Right. Okay, so at this point, my prawns is almost ready. I'm just turning, making sure that every side of it is properly cooked. And then I'm adding this ground coriander. You can add pepper if you prefer, right? Or you can skip the coriander if you don't have it. If you have it, why not? Just a little bit, please. A little bit of all the spices, so that it doesn't come out too salty, right? And then I'm flipping the sides again. And at this point, my prawns is ready. So I'm packing it out one after the other. Right. So in that same pan, I'm adding some butter. You can use oil if you prefer to use and fry the vegetables, right? So I'm adding these vegetables is and the runner beans. I'm using like 10 portions of carrot to 3 portions of runner beans. You don't need too much runner beans because you're still going to add green pepper, green bell pepper. You're still going to add spring onion. So that's a lot of greens. So just a little bit of that runner beans is enough, right? Okay, so I toast this, adding curry powder, adding a little bit of salt, adding a little bit of seasoning. And then I toast it for about 3 minutes again. Lots of 3 minutes here, right? I toast it for about 3 minutes, and then when it is almost cooked, I added the sweet corn. The sweet corn comes with a little bit of juice, so you leave that to fry for about 2 minutes before adding these bell peppers. So I'm adding the bell peppers, and then I'll toast for another 1 minute, and then I will add the spring onion, and then the protons, any protein of your choice at all. Soon I'm going to be showing us how to make special fried rice that you add a lot of protein, chicken chunks, sausages, eggs, and lots of it, right? So at this point I'm adding spring onion, and then the prawns that we fried earlier. And then that sauce is ready. As you can see, that sauce is ready. All right, to the very last lap, I don't want you to miss this. We're going to be mixing this in the rice after putting in this protein. We're going to be mixing this in the rice. So grab either a pot or a bowl, put your rice in there, and then add your vegetables, and then the prawns. Mix it in properly and serve with any other protein of your choice if you prefer. Thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.